Good morning, everybody. It's time to start. Woo. Join me, folks. We're having a great morning. All right, welcome to Unity of Indianapolis. Actually, welcome home. Here we go. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. We gather here today to laugh and learn and pray, to feel the life within us grow. And now it's time to start, to open every heart to what we already know. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. 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 Heaven is coming home to Unity. Heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity. Heaven is here right now. Heaven is here right now. Heaven is here right now. All right, happy sunny March the 7th. Good morning, everybody. I'm Reverend Michael Everett Davis. Let's join me in affirming our statement of truth. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place. Surely the presence of love is in this place and in all places and in all people. Knowing and accepting this, we bless all people, no matter their race, color, creed, or expression of love. Knowing that there are many paths to God, many names for God, many faces of God, but only one God. And this God is expressing through all creation in many, many ways. We come here together today, whether in person or on Facebook Live or YouTube or just in thought. But we gather together to experience and express the Christ Spirit that dwells within each of us. So it is.
Today's daily word is world peace, celebrating diversity and affirming unity, I am a presence of peace in the world.
Hang on a second, Ed.
Yes.
Kent, will you turn on that microphone, please?
Is that better? There we go. Take two.
I'll edit that in post-production.
Perfect. World peace, celebrating diversity and affirming unity. I am a presence of peace in the world. The road to world peace begins with my open-hearted acceptance of those who are different than me. Our world is vast and diverse, and its people come from a wide variety of cultures and histories. The more I learn about those whose lives differ from mine, the more I can appreciate their perspectives and empathize with their struggles. When I make the decision to understand others, I discover that judgment fades in the light of compassion. Today, I sow peace through my acceptance and understanding. Peace in the world grows as I join my brothers and sisters in celebrating the glory of human diversity and affirming oneness in God. And from Isaiah 2:4, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Thank you, Ed. All right. We're entering a new month. And as we enter a new month, that means we have a new affirmation, and our focus is on a new power of the 12 powers. So I will go ahead and read our new affirmation, and then we will all recite it together. I can handle any circumstance by tapping into the wisdom within me and all around me. Let's all say that together. I can handle any circumstance by tapping into the wisdom within me and all around me. Now let's just think about that for a second. By tapping into the wisdom that's within me and all around me, I can handle any circumstance, right? I'm just going to flip that around for a second. So let's go ahead and say that again. I can handle any circumstance by tapping into the wisdom within me and around me. So as I said, this is March. This is our first Sunday in March. And we're going to continue our exploration of the 12 powers. And we've already had faith and we've had strength. And now we're going to look at wisdom. The power of wisdom is the blend of knowledge from the head and the heart. So it's taking that feeling, nurturing notion and that thinking notion, combining them together, bringing us our spiritual wisdom. The disciple is James, son of Zebedee, and the corresponding color is yellow. If you hadn't noticed, there's a lot of yellow up here today. And the location is the pit of the stomach. You know, it's that's your wisdom center here, right here in the pit of your belly. So, just to explain a little bit, I had this wild idea last week, thinking, oh, wouldn't it be, since we're looking at all the 12 powers and there's a color with all the 12 powers, wouldn't it be fun to change my hair? So, I started this month with yellow. So now whenever I look in the mirror, I am reminded that no matter the circumstance, divine wisdom is in me and all around me. So I look at this as a spiritual practice. It's the being able to take the outside world to remind me of the inner work that we need to do. So now we're going to do a meditation for the power of wisdom, which will start off with a chant that I wrote, and then we'll sit in a little bit of silence, and then I will follow that with a meditation on the power of wisdom by Reverend Bronte Colbert. So go ahead and find yourselves comfortable in your chairs, or as comfortable as you can in your chair with your feet flat on the ground. Close your eyes or lower your gaze, whichever is most comfortable for you. We're going to take a deep breath in and hold it for a couple of seconds and then release out through your mouth. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing in and out. And again, breathing in, holding, and exhale. And breathing in again. And out. And now place your focus, the pit of your stomach, your wisdom center. Let your breath come from there, breathing in and out through your belly. Draw upon Spirit for guidance. Draw upon Spirit for guidance. Draw upon Spirit for guidance. Draw upon Spirit for Listen, trust, discern, believe. Listen, trust, discern, believe. Listen, trust, discern, believe. Listen, trust, discern, believe. Divine wisdom flows through me. 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 Listen, trust, discern, believe. Listen, trust, discern, believe. Divine wisdom flows through me. Divine wisdom as I pause and turn within, I feel divine wisdom flowing through me, energizing and renewing all areas of my life. It is my guidance system, my spiritual compass. I apply this inner wisdom to the decisions I make, the words I choose, the ideas and beliefs I hold in my mind. I trust in divine guidance and wisdom. They join with my goals and desires to illuminate the clearest path forward. I am blessed to have this core of wisdom for decision making. Because of that, my steps are in order and my thoughts rise to new heights. Centered in spirit, centered as spirit, my decisions are made with direction and confidence. I am clearly and purposefully guided to that which is mine to do. My inner wisdom guides me to right decisions, the best step forward, and the perfect way to bless others with my words and actions. Breathing in and out. I release thoughts of worry. I release ideas of I can't. Breathing in and out. I breathe in the wisdom of God. I breathe in the truth that I am, that I can, that I am worthy. Breathing in and breathing out. I breathe in and I breathe out love. And I hold the thought that those that I love and I know that are hurting or in need or are in the process of healing, that the power of love, the power of God, the power of the universe is surrounding them. And I release any thoughts that burden my mind into the hands of God and know that all is well. breathe in. Breathe out. I can handle any circumstance by tapping into the wisdom within me and all around me. And so it is. Amen. And bring your eyes gently open back to the room. And before we bring Louise onto the screen, we have a little song. Ready? Ready? 2, 3, 4. What's your dream? That sometimes seems impossible. Let the voices fade and tell you it's improbable, and hold on to what you love. Hold on to what you dream of, and you will be unstoppable. Anything is possible. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. Believe. What's your dream that sometimes seems illogical when you try and fail? Your dream can feel intangible and chin up. Try again. Stand up and carry on when your dreams will become visible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Believe. Hey, hey, I believe. Hey, hey, I believe. Hey, hey, I believe that I am unstoppable, because anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Believe. Anything is possible when you believe. Do you believe? Believe.
Well, good morning, beloved of God. This is an act of faith, as it is every time I get to be with you and speak with you on a Zoom call. And the reason it's an act of faith is because I'm sitting here, a little bit in a vacuum in my office. I'm looking at you through my iPad. My notes are on the screen just to my right, and I'm trusting that you can hear me, because I have no way of knowing if you can. But I'm going to have fun with this talk, and I hope you're with me. So, Michael just texted yes. Okay. So, today we're going to talk about entering the mind of the maker. This is all play. A great deal of life, if maybe not all of it, is play. So let's look at that. First of all, as it says in your bulletin today, all creation in its glorious, unending abundance is available to us every instant of our lives. So how come it doesn't feel like that? Right? And how come we so often struggle? Well, let's find out. We access this abundance most easily and playfully, and its limitless possibilities through the portal of our imagination. Today we'll look at how to activate what Jean Houston calls, and I love these words, our wise imaginal quantum creativity. Think about it a moment. We are empowered by the maker of the universe to create through our imagination. We are empowered to create any change that we need or want in our own lives and in the world, because we can imagine something better than we currently have or are experiencing. That's a part of our human nature. And we can do this for our personal self, our personal life, and we can do it for the whole of humanity. We can honestly say, I am the creative energy of God using my imagination. I am the creative energy of God using my imagination. Here's something that I found this week that was just a stunner for me. The author, some of you may recognize his name, Neville Goddard, wrote once, Christ in us is our imagination. Wow. Talk about a spiritual awakening right there. Christ in us is our imagination. He says, determined imagination, thinking from the end, is the beginning of all miracles. What does that mean? Well, I would say it this way. When we have a clearly focused image or intention of what we want to change or improve in our lives, and we think only from the end, only from the thing already here, the change already made, that's the beginning of miracles in our life. In his book, The Book of Love and Creation, Paul Selig channels these three amazing statements. He says, am I creating, through my thoughts and imagination, am I creating out of love, out of light, or am I creating out of a fear-based reaction to something in my world? Because here's the thing, he says, when you are frightened of something, you attract it to you, you call it to you. That's why everyone that teaches anything having to do with miracles and manifestation says, learn to think from what you want already here. We'll learn more about that in a minute. But Paul also says this. He says, your reality can transform to the extent that you bring forth a new ideal of awareness of yourself as the creative force in this world. You yourself as the creative force in your life. Think about it. We are the creative power of God mind in our lives. And to have anything change in our life or in our world, we have to enlarge the story of our life. We have to enlarge the story that we're telling ourselves, about our world, about our job, about our finances, about our neighborhood, about what we really want. Not only that, but it is our right, our privilege, and our responsibility to enlarge the story of our lives as often as we need or want to. So here is something that I've observed, in myself and in some of my family members and friends and clients. This is important. I hope you're getting this. If we don't enlarge our story, if we keep living the same cycles of days and nights without adventure, without growth, and without curiosity about what else there is for us here, we slip into dullness, apathy, even depression or illness. We were made for adventure and growth and curiosity. Maybe if you took nothing from this talk today, write down those 3 words and put it first person. I was made for adventure, for growth, and for curiosity. Here's something else to put in your mind and never, ever, ever forget it. By virtue of your very existence, you are pre-approved to live beyond your present circumstances. You're pre-approved. There's nothing to stop you but yourself. I want to invite you to say that with me this morning. By virtue of my very existence, I am pre-approved to live beyond my present circumstances. I love that thought that came to me from Spirit a couple weeks ago. I love it so much. I have decided it's my new motto for my life. I have it up on my bulletin board here in my office. I'm repeating it to everybody that I'm with. I am teaching it to my clients and students because I think this is adventure, growth, and curiosity right there. Think about it for a minute. By virtue of your very existence, you're pre-approved. You can't do anything about it. You're already worthy, 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 worthy. Can't take away that worthiness. You can only pretend it isn't there. And we can't take away the pre-approval. We can only pretend it isn't about us. But if you're breathing, you're still breathing. Please understand, by virtue of your very existence, you're pre-approved to live beyond your present circumstances. How do you get there? How do we get there? So we're going to learn that. First of all, I want you to know that what we just said, by virtue of my very existence, I am pre-approved to live beyond my present circumstances. That's a foundational spiritual truth from which to live and from which to launch ourselves into a new story. How do we enlarge our story? Through our imagination. In our imagination, we are actually playing with different dimensions of reality. It's like we get to say, oh, I wonder what that one is like. I wonder what that reality is like. I wonder what my life would be like if I did this, if I did that. How do you think you got that better job that you wanted and you finally landed? You imagined it. You imagined it. I love how fast this stuff works too. One day I really got it into my mind that I wanted a bedspread by a certain designer. And it's not anybody really expensive, but I really wanted it because it had shades of pink. And for some reason, for the first time in my life, and I'm 74 years old, all of a sudden the color pink keeps calling me. So I thought, I really want that bedspread. I was ready for a new one. I was ready to upgrade things in the bedroom, and I thought, let's go pink. Let's go pink. So, I took out my iPad and I was sitting there and I thought, let's go looking. And I found a beautiful bedspread right there on somewhere on the internet, and it was by my designer. And I was almost tempted to get it, and I thought, what, I'm not sure I like that price. So I forgot about it. But the next day, I had to run an errand, and I was drawn to go to this certain store. I walked in, I looked around, I saw a sign that said bed and bath or bed and linen or something, and I walked back there. You're gonna love this. And on the end cap that I almost walked into was a pink bedspread by the same designer, not the exact pattern, one I liked better at half the price. I love this stuff. I love playing with the universe. But see, what I did was I got clear in my mind what I wanted. I saw it in my room, I saw it in the bedroom, I saw it on the bed. And then I went and played. I played on the internet. And then I just went out in the world and trusted, and there it was waiting for me. So in our imagination, we're actually playing with different dimensions of reality. Now, what isn't fun about that? We're playing with, I think it was Gene Houston that said this, the probability frequency waves of the future. Let's see how we move from possibility waves to probability waves. So 5 little steps, real easy. So first of all, think of what is something that you want to change or improve in your life right now. It can be anything. You can start small, doesn't matter, but just pick one thing. Because here's the thing, when you practice, you want to see success. And if you put out 4 or 5 things, there's no focus there. You want to focus on one thing that you want to change or improve in your life. Number 2, using your imagination, get very clear about what this change or improvement would do for you, what it would give you. I even asked myself, this is what I want. What do I expect it to give me? And I have to know that to move along in these steps. Then I need to think from the end, as Neville said. Imagine that the change you want has already happened. The change to your circumstances, the improvement that you were seeking, it's already come. It's already here. And the 4th step, this is probably the most important after number 1, feel yourself beyond the change you want. Feel yourself delighting in the full realization or manifestation of your desire. Feel it, taste it, smell it, touch it, the whole thing. Do it. Get into it. And only think from that point as you think about what you want. Think of it already here. And then number 5, as always, be in gratefulness. When we use our mind, dear ones, and our senses this way, both human and God stuff merge in creating a new reality from our imagination. Thinking beyond our present circumstances, anything is possible, as the song said this morning. And thinking beyond our present circumstances does an amazing thing to us. It opens doors. It's as if they go wham, 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 opening. It allows the bigger and the better possibilities into our awareness. We have to let go. We have to get out of our comfort zone for that. In A Course in Miracles, get this, I didn't even really know this. I didn't know this in my heart until this week when I saw this. I opened Course in Miracles at random after I said a little prayer, and this is what was there. In A Course in Miracles, we are told that a desire is a request. It's an asking for something, and God will never fail to answer. God will never fail to answer. It says in that same passage that if we are uncertain about our desire, God cannot give it, because we do not desire it while we are uncertain. So here's an example. In a recent newsletter, world-renowned author and motivational keynote speaker Sam Horn tells about a friend of hers who, after traveling the world, visiting over 100 countries and living on 5 continents, began to fall in love with a certain place in Florida. And he started thinking to himself, you know, this might be a place for me to finally settle down. She says he wisely reached out to friends and asked them, you're going to love this, asked them to tell him terrible things about Florida. Snakes, spiders, humidity, hurricanes, because he was falling in love with the place and didn't want to make a hasty decision. She says he finally asked himself this North Star question: would this make my life more wonderful? Would this settling down here make my life more wonderful? By asking himself that question, he determined that settling down permanently in Florida was not for him. What is the change or improvement that you want in your life? Sam says to think of a one-sentence North Star question that can help you determine whether what you are wanting is a short-lived infatuation or something you're really willing to invest in long-term. She says to ask ourselves, what is a change that will light me up? That's the one to go for. What is the change that will light you up? Scholar, philosopher, author, and researcher in human capabilities, Jean Houston says we are to, in her words, enter the great adventure of bringing your intention into manifestation. She says, accept helpers, both natural and supernatural. Oh, I love that statement. We could do a whole 6 weeks on that one. Accept helpers, both natural and supernatural. And then a very important thing, get beyond the dark woods of unbelief. Here's the thing about using your imagination, our imagination. We have to practice it. If you're not used to doing this, then you have to practice it. And I find the more often I do it, the easier it becomes, and the more trusting I am. Jean says, in productive imagination, we are in a direct line to the universal mind. Oh, I just love this stuff. Here's how I like to say that. We enter the mind of the maker We enter the mind that created all life and all universes when we use our imagination. And as Unity has always taught us, there is only one mind. Here's the other thing about working this way with your imagination. We become highly charged in the imagination. We become a lightning bolt of attraction and connection. And Jean Houston says, in a quantum connection like this, appropriate opportunities, people, and resources are entangled in such a way that our intention works with the quantum field to bring the desired intention into reality. Then, through you as the initiator and receiver of this desire, or this thing, or action, or opportunity, it happens. It happens. It happens. And we don't have to understand how this works in order to curiously consider it and begin to engage with it. Use the mind of the maker of the universe. It's already there, all within us, all possibilities right here. Use the creative mind, God mind in you. Use your powerful imagination to think beyond your present circumstances and design your life as you really want it to be. We can do this to the end of our days. This is real wisdom in action. This is wisdom in action. And then I want to mention this too. Watch for signs along the way. The signs are everywhere. I mean, just like that little nudge to go in that certain store, and the sign right there said bed and linen. Wow, right there. So I went there, and there was the thing I desired, only at a better price. Wow. Watch for signs along the way, because they're either going to keep encouraging you to go forward toward that beautiful goal, that beautiful intent, or they're going to ask you to course correct as needed. Here's a real quick example I can give you of that. Just a couple weeks ago, my husband and I were talking, and we decided that it was time to move. We were ready to move. We were ready for an adventure, and we thought we will move closer to our daughters who live an hour away. So when I was describing what I was looking for to one of my daughters, she said, well, it sounds like what you want is a writer's retreat. And boy, did that fuel my imagination. I had myself in a woods, but with neighbors, in nature, yet with quiet and, close to amenities. And I had this all down. It was beautiful. And then a week later, I was watching signs. I was listening to people. And a dear friend and I were talking for the first time in months, and she said things to me that completely turned my thinking in another direction. I course corrected, and that's a very good thing to do. My realization is that I don't have to move to a new location to begin to live my dream. I am the writer. So the perfect place to write is where I am. The retreat may not even be a place, but a state of mind. See how these beautiful things work for us. See how much the divine mind loves us, that it gave us the tools to constantly improve our life, to constantly change it, move it in a new direction, accept something new and wonderful, expand our horizons, enlarge our story. and get on with living a life that's happy and fulfilling. Now, I know that some of you out there are in actual physical pain, and it's a hard thing to do imagineering, as I like to call it, when you're in physical pain. And this is what I want to suggest to you. Call someone you trust. Call someone you trust and entrust your picture of your life to them and ask them to hold that image of your life already improved in their mind. Hold it with you. And they can do that prayerfully, and they can do that, however they want to do that. But it becomes the two of you together doing that. Don't let anything hold you back. We truly do live in the mind of the Maker. We're already there. We have all the tools we need. Now it's time to go play. I love you. God bless you. Namaste.
Thank you, Louise. That was inspiring, wasn't it? It is now time to prepare for our love offering. I invite you to go to our website, unityofindy.org, and donate online, or mail a check to Unity of Indianapolis at 907 North Delaware, zip code 46202. As you prepare your offering, we'd like to acknowledge any first-timers that are here with us today. I just see familiar faces that I love. And if you're watching for the first time online, type your name in. Let us know you're here. We believe you're here by divine appointment. And now as you prepare, take your offering in your hand or visualize your gift. I invite you to hold your offering in heart-centered intention as we affirm our offering blessing. Together, divine love, working through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful. And just a few announcements. Let us just start our pre-approval process. I'm excited to share with you that Ed Trout has been accepted into One Spirit. He's taking his first step toward his ordination. We know it's a done deal. This is exciting. Also, Carol Wellman has put together the framework for a market that we're going to be starting the first Saturday in April, which will be the 3rd. And it's going to be, we have everything marketplace. So let's envision that as well. And we have vendors and food trucks, and if you have things that you are ready to part with, come join us. That should be great. And then also, just a reminder that we're 2 Sundays away from our annual meeting. We're going to be doing it virtual and live. You will be receiving the bios of our prospective board members, which also happen to be current ones. But we've been blessed. So be aware of that. And then today it's first Sunday, so we'll have a chat right after the service. So thank you.
All right, as we bring this service to a close and we get ready to sing the peace song, if you want to stand up, please, or you can sit down, it's all good. Let's visualize the world. all sentient beings standing hand in hand, heart to heart, soul to soul. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And let us pray together the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk, join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. You gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one hand, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. What's good for you is good for me. Come on, go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Alrighty. Go out and shine, everybody. Have a great week. The sun is shining, and so are you.